Hi there, this is Penelope. This is a short video on completing the square. I've made it for MG5004 and less importantly for DE4102. So just a short video on completing the square. You'll notice on the slide already there's the general rule that if we have the left hand side x squared plus 2kx, what we can do is we can add k squared to each side, add k squared to the right hand side, but take it away immediately, which means we've done nothing. And that's the principle of completing the square. First, using the rule that was on the very beginning slide, we need to rewrite what we've got. So if we just write down the rule that says x squared plus 2kx is equal to x plus k squared minus k squared. So that leaves us a net balance of having done nothing. And let's try and solve this one. We could use the formula, but we won't. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, 2kx, so 6 must be equal to 2k. 2k equals 6, so k equals 3. So on the right hand side we're going to rewrite that as x plus 3 squared minus 3 squared, which is 9, plus the 2 that was already there, and that's got to be equal to 0 as well. So we've got x plus 3 squared minus 7 equals 0, and that's what we're trying to solve then. Now we can rearrange that and say that x plus 3 squared is equal to 7, x plus 3 equals plus or minus, don't forget plus or minus, root 7, and x equals negative 3 plus or minus root 7. Again, what we need to do is we need to say that 2k is equivalent to negative 8, so k equals negative 4. So we can rewrite that as x squared minus 8x plus 5. We can add and subtract 16, which is negative 4 squared, to each of this. Now we had a 5, so we have to still put in the 5, equals 0. So now we've got x minus 4 squared minus 11 equals 0. Now it's easy. Shift the 11, square root each side, and x equals 4 plus or minus root 11. Let's just go straight in this time to thinking we're going to add half the coefficient of x squared to both sides. So we can just go straight into saying that this is x minus 2 squared minus 4. So we've added half of 4 squared and then taken it away immediately, plus the one that was already there to give us that. So now we've got x squared, x minus 2 squared minus 3 equals 0, x minus 2 squared equals 3, x minus 2 equals plus or minus the square root of 3 by taking the square root of each side, and x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 3. This is a slightly more complicated example in that x squared has a coefficient of 5. So the first thing we need to do is to divide everything by 5 so that we get x squared plus 8 over 5x plus 1 over 5 equals 0. Now I know that ultimately I need to shift that 1/5 to the other side, so I might as well do it now. And put it over there. Now I'm going to add half of the coefficient of x squared to each side, So half of 8 over 5 is 4 over 5. So I'm going to add that squared to each side, which is the same as adding it on and taking it off at the same time. Now I need to do the maths on the left hand side. Now I have x plus 4/5 squared, and 4 over 5 squared is 16 over 25, which gives me 11 over 25. So square rooting each side, and plus or minus the square root of 11 over 25, taking away 4/5, and we're done.